Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran and we're back with more BlizzCon coverage. In this one, I really want to start to take a look at some of the model changes as well as Herritage armor. So in this one, we're going to be looking at all the best looks and all the best appearances that Blizzard has got in store for us. And we were greeted with some great announcements. First of all, Worgen and Goblin models have gotten updated, but we also got some more Herritage armor to non-allied races, the Dalaran and the Gnomes. So we'll be taking a look at these and talking a bit about them. First of all, let's talk about the big one, the long-awaited for Worgen and Goblin update. This one people have been waiting for a while, and they were saying that we were gonna get one at the end of maybe Legion, maybe at the beginning of Battle for Azeroth, and it does look like eventually in one of the patches we are gonna get it. But it has been confirmed that these models are not scheduled to come out for patch 8.1, but at a later future patch. I guess Blizzard is trying to decide when will be a good time, or maybe there's still more polishing and more customizations to do. Granted, the screenshots we got at BlizzCon look absolutely spectacular. I just remember seeing and hearing the roar of the crowd as they brought up the male Worgen model. People got hyped, and then even bigger one for the female Worgen model. I feel like the key differences and why so many people are happy, first of all, is the little details in the face. It felt like a lot of the Worgen faces were, different, but the difference was the eyes and a little bit of the fur. That was about it. But if you look at the model right now, you can see a little bit of scratches above and below the brows. You can see the animation of a smile a lot better. The eyes look a lot more defined, and it has a lot less of a puppet-like feel. It feels like there's a bit more extra texture, and it finally looks more like a wolf. This makes me wonder if maybe some of the animations, like the whole full body animations, might be a little bit different at a later time. Blizzard didn't state that the full body animation will be different, but I'm wondering if they will adjust certain things to look more natural, to look more realistic than what they currently have right now. And then the female Worgen, they got definitely a much needed change. They only have one face customization for them right now from what it looks like, but hopefully they'll add more along the lines of what they got going on. They'll look a lot more high resolution, a lot more animated, as you can see the emotion a lot better with the eyes and ears and the mouth, I guess the snout really, but also they look really pretty. And I really like the difference between the male and the female. The male still has that ruggedness to it, but there's still expressions in the eyes and the face. And the female looks really pretty, but also, again, there's a lot of expression. There's a lot more to read on the face. And I do wonder what kind of other animations they'll add, or I guess face customizations they'll add in the future. I feel that for Worgen, so far, they've done them justice. I don't know if they'll add more animations. I really do hope they clean up some of the animations, you know, make them a little bit more smoother, but overall, higher textures and better looking faces is definitely a plus. And I was pretty happy with it, but I think a lot of people that play Worgen are going to be extremely happy. The Goblin models also got an update as well. But honestly, it's hard to notice all the huge differences between the new models and the old, or at least trying to remember the old models compared against the new. I felt like Goblins were done a pretty decent job with at the very beginning, so for them it's just a nice spruce up and a texture hike up in order to make them look a little bit more animated to fit with the theme of what all the other races have currently in the game. Blizzard has done a very serviceable job for the Goblins, and it looks great. Next on the list, we got some Herritage armor, and I've been waiting to talk about this one for a while. Blizzard is continuing to add Herritage armor for vanilla races for World of Warcraft. Or, not all vanilla, because of Blood Elves, but, you know. But I like the idea that they're giving Herritage armor to people that have been playing these races for the longest. And people that have leveled as dwarves, as blood elves, as gnomes, as Dalaran, to really give them something cool to work towards. It was awesome to give allied races Herritage armor, but to give vanilla races Herritage armor I think looks great as well. And it gives you that feeling of accomplishment on top with some really great transmog gear that's super unique and gives people a reason to level gnomes and Dalaran and just about everybody under the sun eventually, hopefully. So we have, first of all, the gnomes, and I think they look great. they really do have that engineering vibe. They have a different type of a headpiece where the goggles actually are above your head, so it's different than the engineering goggles that are in front of your eyes. It looks like their shoulders have a few cogs. They have a very purple and orange type of, I guess, color scheme. And I like the belt with a bunch of little pockets that it has. I feel like it looks great for the gnomes. It wouldn't look that great on anybody else. But it has a lot of bits of like this armor and screws and bolts and, well, I guess it just fits. I mean, you are putting this armor on a gnome, so they are much smaller. So you're looking at every bit of piece of gear being a lot smaller. So the details are, you're not going to be able to fit as many details as you would on like a big Tauren, for example. But I think they've done a great job with the gnome armor. I feel like it works. It makes them look kind of futuristic compared to some of the other races. But then again, gnomes have always been more technologically advanced in the lore, so I guess that makes sense. I would love to see these guys. Imagine that as Heritage armor as a rogue, as a mage, as a tank. I think it would just look awesome. But let's be honest, the one that stole the show in Heritage armor was the Tauren, and it looks amazing. I love the whole like Native American appeal of it. I love the totem in the back. That is big for me. There's a lot of moving parts here. But first, let's go over the totem. Why is that exciting? As a kid, I used to play Warcraft 3, and one of the units you could summon back in Warcraft 3, which you guys might be able to play if you get the Warcraft 3 remastered version, or I guess reforged is what they're calling it, if you end up getting that. The Tauren back in the day, as a unit that you would summon, they would use big-ass totems to slam their enemies down. So to have a huge totem that you carry on your back at all times just looks epic for me. And I think it just fits the whole aesthetic. You got a lot of feathers, you got a lot of extra detailed, I would guess, pelts. Then there's a lot of leather look for their gear. The chest armor, I feel like, looks amazing with that bone. And the carved wooden shoulders just complete the set. I love every aspect of this, and makes me want to level a Tauren instead of like a high mountain Tauren. Makes me want to go for a full-blown Tauren. Like, imagine this guy as a warrior, paladin, or even your priest hanging out in the back. It just looks epic and in some sense heroic. Just the stance of that Tauren with this armor. That's my favorite part about Heritage armor, is the fact that it's specialized and customized to the race that it's made for. The Blood Oath one I thought looked amazing. The Dwarf armor I felt like made the Dwarfs look even cooler than before. Like no Transmog could do them justice, but this one. The Heritage armor on the Tauren does him so much justice and just absolutely makes him look amazing. It makes me want to level a Tauren. So I think I'll be putting one of my many allied races on hold and starting to level a Tauren for patch 8.2. So I can level a Tauren and use the Heritage armor, and it doesn't even matter what class I end up playing, because regardless, they will look absolutely badass. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, but I gotta get back to editing more videos for everything BlizzCon related. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know, comment below, what are your thoughts on everything we have looked for today. Give this video a like, because likes allow my videos to reach a wider audience, to update everybody on everything that is based with BlizzCon. And as always, thank you guys. I'll see all of you in the next one.